Oh man, so it's a big day for one of the forgotten childs in the layer 1 space, which is Algorand, up 8.5% despite Bitcoin showing a red candle amidst heightened tensions in Russia and Ukraine. The forgotten child, Algorand, let's take a look. And as you can see in the charts, guys, Algorand up 8.47% here. Very impressive move here, off breaking out of our trend, getting a key bounce at 74 cents. Can you believe, guys, when you're looking at the chart like this, that Algorand, a coin which was once pushing at 255, is sitting at 74 cents? My question is, how many of you have the conviction to be topping up right now? We're at a key support level here where we're getting the bounce. Tested once, twice, thrice here on the daily chart. This is a very important level. It's also the top where we got rejected from going back to August 2020. As you guys know, Algorand forms a sensible part of my portfolio in terms of my layer 1 convictions. This is one of the best technically sound layer 1 projects out there. Yes, their adoption hasn't been good, but if you haven't watched my video, there's 2 videos I want you to watch from Algorand, which I'm going to link up into the cards here. You're going to have 2 videos where I explain why Algorand is such a sleeping giant, and the other one where I talk about what would need to happen for me to sell my Algorand. Those are going to be covered off in those videos. But for today, we're getting a key bounce up almost 9% here today on Algorand off this key level at 74. I'm going to show you where I think this can go, what levels. We're going to look at some key levels where we can start heading to on the upside. We're also going to take a look at some of the fundamentals on Algorand and remind ourselves of why this is such a great project. So if you appreciate this blend between technicals and fundamentals, smash up the like button, subscribe. Make sure you go support NordVPN, guys. Links in the description to make sure you're staying safe in crypto. If you're watching my videos and you aren't set up on a VPN, whether it's NordVPN, who, by the way, are the best out there. I'm not saying that. I was using NordVPN well before they were supporting this channel. If you're not using a VPN at all, you're making a huge mistake, guys. It's absolute minimum you need to be doing to make sure nobody can track your location, your IP is masked, and you can appear as if you're coming from different countries, just to protect your privacy online. Very, very important. Get yourself set up. It's like $2 or $3 a month. Absolute no-brainer. So what are we seeing here? Well, the first thing I want to show you is if we take the Fibonacci swing low to swing high here, okay, where our highs were at 255, you can see that the golden pocket sits between $1.83 and $1.89. That is the level we're looking to work our way towards here on Algorand. Over the medium term, that is what I'm looking to achieve, and we're going to need Bitcoin's help to do that. And remember, need Bitcoin to break to the top side of its wedge. You can see Bitcoin in this wedge within this period needs to get to 44.5 and break to the top of the wedge, right? When Bitcoin gets its momentum, starts heading towards 50,000 and onwards, that is going to allow our favorite altcoins to really start to get moving. And that is what we're seeing green shoots of today. We're seeing altcoins up. We got Phantom up, which we're going to cover in a separate video. You've got Algorand up. You've got Avalanche up 4% here. You've got Luna up 4.5%. And we're seeing this really is a race to layer 1 solutions. I've been saying this for many months right now. We can talk about NFTs. We can talk about gaming. We can talk about these other great things. And I'm invested in them as well. But the primary battleground right now in crypto, still an early space without mass adoption. The average Joe does not know about crypto. They don't know what a layer 1 blockchain is. We need to remind ourselves of that. We spend every day in this technology. They don't. And the mass adoption will come from having powerful, ready to use layer 1 blockchains. And we can see Ethereum is not currently fit for purpose. Yes, ETH 2.0 is coming around the corner. I look forward to it. I want it to be successful. But at the same time, I don't think it's the be or end all. I think there are going to be a few solid layer 1 solutions that prove they're the fittest and they're going to survive. And right now, when I look at it from a technical perspective, not a marketing perspective, I think Algorand comes short in the marketing aspect. And I talk about that in my video, Selling Algorand. It comes short in the market aspect. But from a technical perspective, if we're looking at transactions per second, Algorand is solid. If we're looking at the founding team with Silvio Micali, solid. If we're looking at instant block finality, Algorand has it. If we're looking at the fact that it's got its layer 2 built in because it's a multi-layered blockchain, Algorand has that sorted. If we're looking at the fact of decentralization and the fact they're using a pure proof of stake model, which is an enhanced version of proof of stake where the validators are randomly selected, Algorand has that covered. If we're looking at offsetting its carbon emissions, Algorand has that sorted. They haven't got sorted is the marketing. They haven't reached out to influencers, right? They haven't used the VC backing to get the word out there, to get institutions talking about it. They're just one of these forgotten childs, which is why we're saying it's a dragon. What does that mean for you and I? What it means for you and I is you get to buy a solid layer 1 blockchain, albeit without hype or notoriety or a voice right now, at a price of 74 cents. And for me, I can only speak for myself, this is an area I continue to nibble at. This is a no-brainer 1, 2, 3 times. I love to buy on these levels. You guys know me. I'm not chasing these green candles. This is where the risk to reward is in my favor, and that's when I like to get my business done. There is far more upside here than there is downside on Algorand right now. That is why you can see these are beautiful spots to continue to accumulate. Look at the fear and greed index. We're sitting at 30, okay, which is showing that the market's starting to build some excitement. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance, we're seeing that start to fall. Remember I said in my videos yesterday, will we see this start to come back to retest the 39.65? And can we start heading to, dare I say it, some sort of altcoin season? Because remember, money's flowing into Bitcoin and then will eventually rotate across into altcoins. We've seen this play out numerous times before, and that is why despite Bitcoin being down slightly today, we're seeing solid projects such as good layer 1 solutions really on the move today. Even Cardano is up 3%. We know how many people like to hate on Cardano, but it just goes to show that layer 1 solutions are where people want to put their money in right now, because that's the battleground. When Bitcoin is booming and running back towards highs, think about it. What's going to be booming? What's going to be hard to get a hold of at a good price? It's going to be Luna. It's going to be Avalanche. It's going to be your Phantom. It's going to be Algorand. It's going to be Solana. It's going to be Cardano. It's going to be these projects that move, because those are the solid projects, okay? It's not going to be your meme coin. It's not going to be your random gaming token or NFTs. They will move, but they'll move based on some sort of catalyst, which is very difficult to time. Where's the risk reward stacked in our favor? In these solid layer 1 projects with proven technology and strength. If we look at the wider market, we can see the wider market is doing pretty well despite this, right? Besiege Mariupol rejects Russia's surrender ultimatum as deadline passes. We're seeing, because of these headlines, commodity prices were going slightly up, and is causing stock market to be slightly subdued. Because the stock market is slightly subdued, that is why we're seeing Bitcoin stalling today, slightly down on the day. But it's very interesting that altcoins have decided to move. I can only think that some of that money from Bitcoin is rotating across as people start to try rebalancing and reshuffling their portfolios, ready for Bitcoin's next move up to 60,000 and beyond. Overall, it's a solid 1 blockchain. Just wanted to make a quick video to remind you guys of how solid a project Algorand is. You guys know my conviction on Algorand. I can't convince you to be convicted, to have conviction. But do your research, right? You don't need to just buy into coins which have hype. In fact, when coins have hype and they have notoriety behind them, oftentimes you're paying a premium for those ones, which isn't always wrong, but the ones you want are the ones pre-hype, right? Pre-good marketing, pre-good exposure. If you can look at the fundamentals and you can look at the transaction perspective, you can look at the team, you can look at the fact there's a multi-layered blockchain where you're getting a layer 1 and a layer 2 combined. It's like you're getting Ethereum and Matic in one, right? It's crazy. You look at how I've not even spoken about the fact that it could be used for CBDCs, right? Algorand is a front runner for many countries looking at using the Algorand platform to build their CBDC. No, we heard the US come out and say that, you know, they're pro-crypto and they want to figure out how to regulate this and really be a part of it and help US be a front runner in adopting cryptocurrencies. Well, they're going to want a central banking digital currency, aren't they? Yes, they will. And they're not going to build it from scratch, are they? They don't know this technology. You think they're going to build an impressive blockchain like Algorand overnight? Come on. They're just going to take something that exists already and build on it. And many countries are going to do this thing. You can see Algorand are perfectly fit for purpose there. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this blend between technicals and fundamentals. A quick update here on your favorite Algorand. Smash up the likes, subscribe. Don't forget NordVPN, links in the description. Check them out. Get 70% off, and I'll see you in the next one.